Want a business you love that pays you well? Want a lifestyle where you can do what you want, when you want? Then you are in the right spot. It's time to overcome online overwhelm with OnlineMasterPlanSeries.com. Here's your host and one of the OMS mentors, Laura Wage.
Keith, share 3 apps that you actually have on your phone that you use every day and how it is that those apps help you to either be or stay productive.
Yeah, it's very, very important. I mean, a lot of us are now very mobile, pardon the pun, we're very on the go. And my personal story, in case you don't know that, is that I work from home in Melbourne, in a suburb of Melbourne that's an hour from the city, and I go to the beach every day and hang out. I do a lot of my really cool, best work there, and that's my lifestyle. So I spend a lot of my time on my PC and a lot of my time on my laptop. But when I'm out and about, when I'm mobile, I use apps on my phone. And my favorite apps, I'll tell you what, this is really quite cutesy. My favorite app on my phone is actually the Hootsuite app. I never use the PC version, and I never use the laptop version, but I quite often, and I should decode here, I don't pay for it, I'm a bit naughty there, but I actually use just a quick checkup, because a lot of these sites have what we call the freemium model, yeah? You get a bit of a teaser on the, and Hootsuite has an extraordinary app. So that's my favorite app. The second one I use is LinkedIn, the LinkedIn app. I hardly ever, I know Andrew's going to be angry at me for this, but I hardly ever use LinkedIn. I just find it too boring. Just can't stand it. But when I'm out and about, I find that quickly checking my messages on LinkedIn is something that means that I'm at least in that platform some of the time. So I'm catching up on all the overflow that I wouldn't have got if I was in the office, yeah? And the third one, the Pinterest app, is just extraordinary because I'm a very visual person. It's an extraordinary app. The Pinterest app is just so cool. It's so quick to be able to share things, and I'm getting enormous amounts of traction on Pinterest from sharing cool articles. And so they're my 3 favorite apps. So do you use these, or do you have a completely different list?
Well, obviously I use the Pinterest app. I do use the Hootsuite app, but they would not be my top 3 apps for me staying productive. My top 3 apps actually would be, let me think about this. Wunderlist would have to be number 1 because that's how I manage my team. It's how I manage my daily tasks, my top 3 goals every day, my 90-day plan. Everything for me is in Wunderlist. So that would be my number 1 app. In fact, I don't even have my phone in here right now to see what else I use. Number 2 would probably be Dropbox because I have set myself up in a way that I can access everything from any device. So whether I've got my computer with me, my iPhone, my iPad, Dropbox allows me to just access everything. And then number 3 would probably be Evernote. All of my research, a lot of what I do when I need to save information to access later, I use Evernote for that. So if I did not have Evernote, Wunderlist, and Dropbox on my phone, I actually would be lost. I don't know what I could do without those 3.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know that's the sort of question you were the answer you were hoping for. But to be honest, and I know this is a bit of a secret, but I hardly ever use my phone. I don't use my phone. I'm not a phoney. I just don't like it. So, I mean, I really dislike Instagram because I just don't want to be on my phone all day. I've got an Android that I quite like it, but it's an older one. And, I live in Australia and the internet's bloody slow here. But overall, I don't use my phone that often. And I know that's not the answer you were hoping for, but your list is way more powerful than mine. I think we should redo this question again and I'll interview you.
Well, but it also goes into lifestyle, right? Your lifestyle is Melbourne's a little bit different. And you go to the beach every day and you like to work from the beach. So your lifestyle is a little bit different than mine. My lifestyle, as you know, I just got back from a 5-week trip. In 2 weeks, I'm going to Hong Kong for 5 days. So my life is a lot more on the go. And because of that, being able to have apps that truly allow me to run my business from my phone, if that's what I need to do, It has to happen. I mean, there are times where pulling out the computer is not convenient, where I have to be able to do real business things with a credible app. And, I can't say enough good things about Wunderlist. That is probably the one that if all of a sudden my phone blew up and I didn't have Wunderlist, you'd see me on the side of the road crying.
Mm. And look, can I just decode there and ask the question, does it have to relate to your phone? Because I find them too small and annoying. Or do you have a tablet that also runs these devices, these apps as well? And do a lot of people have tablets that they use on the go? And I'm sounding a bit ignorant here, but I just don't. That's not my lifestyle. That's not my role in the world. I don't want to be on mobile devices.
Yeah, it's interesting. I have an iPad, I have an iPhone, and I have a Mac. And what I find is best for me is actually the iPhone and the Mac. In fact, when I was on that 5-week trip, I didn't even take my iPad with me. And mainly it's because if I have the time to really get into something, I want to break out my computer. I like to have the keyboard. There's a lot of applications that I use on my computer. My computer has, a ton of things on it. So if I'm doing that type of work, I want my computer. If I need to do something quick and on the go, then I use my iPhone, and that's more than sufficient.
Oh, wow. So the tablet isn't really the stopgap. It's not really that middle zone. It's almost annoying.
Well, it depends on who you are. I know a lot of people that live on their tablets. My husband, his whole life revolves around his iPad. I think it depends on what your system is and what works for you. And I think that's part of what's so important with what we're teaching is that there's not necessarily a right way or a wrong way, but what we teach you is how to identify your way. Because when you can uncover your way and you can find your productivity zone, then you can soar. You can make amazing things happen, and you can change your life.
So it isn't a one-stop shop. It's not one size fits all.
Not at all.
That's it for this episode. Don't let your next promising idea stop dead in its tracks because your overwhelm gets in the way. You need our free tips. Head on over to overcomeonlineoverwhelm.com now.